Imagine being born a prince, but everyone believes you will never walk. Imagine watching other children race across the palace courtyard while you struggle to crawl. Imagine hearing people whisper that the prophecy was wrong, that you could never become a warrior, let alone a king. Now imagine proving them all wrong. This is the incredible true story of Sundiata Keita, the man who founded the Mali Empire and changed African history forever. Before we begin, if you enjoy powerful true stories from African history, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We share incredible stories of kings, queens, warriors, and empires that shaped the world. Now let's discover how a prince who couldn't walk became one of Africa's greatest kings. Our story begins in the early 13th century. But before he became a legendary ruler, he faced one question that no one could answer. How could a prince who couldn't even stand become the greatest king of his generation? Our story begins in the early 13th century in the kingdom of Niani, the homeland of the Mandinka people. It was a land rich in gold, trade, music, and tradition. Camel caravans crossed the Sahara carrying salt and precious goods, while griots preserved history through stories passed from one generation to the next. King Maghan Konfata ruled Niani with wisdom, but an ancient prophecy promised that an even greater king was yet to come. One day, two respected hunters arrived at the royal court. They told the king that his greatest son would not be born to his most powerful wife. Instead, the future ruler would be born to a quiet woman named Sogolon. Many people laughed. How could an ordinary woman give birth to the greatest king in history? But King Maghan trusted the prophecy and married Sogolon. Soon she gave birth to a baby boy. His name was Sundiata. Across the kingdom, excitement spread. People believed the prophecy had finally begun to unfold. Then something unexpected happened. As the years passed, Sundiata still could not walk. While children his age learned to run and play, the young prince remained on the ground. The whispers returned. Perhaps the prophecy was wrong. How can a boy who cannot stand protect a kingdom? Even inside the palace, many people began to lose faith. No one took greater advantage of this than Soumaoro Kanté, the king's first wife. She wanted her own son to become king and used every opportunity to remind the royal court that Sundiata appeared weak. Only one person refused to give up: his mother. Every day, Sogolon encouraged her son. She reminded him that true strength is not measured by how you begin, but by how you choose to rise after every failure. Those words stayed with Sundiata. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, he watched the warriors train. He listened to the elders. He studied the responsibilities of leadership long before he was strong enough to carry a spear. Then one day, everything changed. After hearing his mother insulted once again, Sundiata made a decision that would become one of the most famous moments in African history. He asked for a heavy iron rod from the royal blacksmith. The people gathered, expecting another failure. Sundiata gripped the rod with both hands. His arms shook, his body trembled. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, with every ounce of determination he possessed, he pushed himself upward. The iron rod bent beneath the pressure. But Sundiata did not fall, for the first time in his life. He stood. Silence swept across the palace. The laughter disappeared. The whispers stopped. Then the young prince took his first step, and then another. In that moment, the impossible became possible, but learning to walk was only the beginning. The greatest challenge of Sundiata's life was still waiting. His father's death would soon throw the kingdom into chaos and force the young prince into a journey that would change Africa forever. King Maghan Konfata's death marked the beginning of a dark chapter for Niani. Without his leadership, the royal court became divided. Instead of honoring the prophecy, powerful nobles supported Sasuma Barate's son as the new ruler. Sundiata and his family were no longer safe. The palace that had once been his home became a place of danger. Every hallway hid suspicion, and every conversation carried the threat of betrayal. Knowing they could not stay, Sogolon gathered her children and quietly left the kingdom. The prince, who had only just learned to walk, was now forced into exile. For many people, exile would have meant the end of their story. For Sundiata, it became the beginning. As they traveled from kingdom to kingdom, he discovered a world far larger than the palace walls. He met wise rulers, skilled warriors, experienced hunters, and respected elders. Every place they visited taught him something new about leadership, diplomacy, and the responsibilities of a king. He learned that a ruler's greatest strength was not fear. It was trust. Year after year, Sundiata grew stronger. The child who had once struggled to stand became a confident young man, respected wherever he went. His courage inspired those around him, and his reputation spread across West Africa. While Sundiata was growing into the leader he was destined to become, terrible news arrived from his homeland. A powerful ruler named Soumaoro Kanté, king of the Soso kingdom, had conquered many neighboring lands. His armies were disciplined, his reputation was terrifying, and legends claimed he possessed mysterious powers. Villages surrendered before his soldiers even arrived. Fear spread across the region. Back in Niani, people remembered the prince they had once doubted. If Sundiata could overcome the impossible, they said, perhaps he can save us. Messengers crossed rivers, forests, and trade routes, searching for the exiled prince. When they finally found him, they bowed before him and begged him to return home. Sundiata listened quietly. He remembered the palace. He remembered the insults. He remembered the day he stood for the first time. Then he looked at the messengers and said, I will return. But Sundiata understood something his enemies did not. This war could not be won by one kingdom alone. So instead of marching immediately, he traveled across West Africa, meeting rulers who had once been rivals. He asked them to set aside their differences for a greater purpose. One by one, they agreed. An alliance unlike anything the region had seen before began to form. Warriors sharpened their spears. Blacksmiths forged new weapons. Drums echoed through the camps as thousands prepared for battle. For the first time in years, hope returned. Sundiata's army marched toward the plains of Kirina, where the future of West Africa would soon be decided. As the sun rose over the plains of Kirina, two great armies stood facing one another. On one side was Soumaoro Kanté, the feared king whose conquests had brought countless kingdoms under his rule. His warriors were experienced, heavily armed, and confident. Many believed no army could defeat them. On the other side stood Sundiata Keita, not the helpless boy people had laughed at years before, but a leader who had earned the trust of kings, warriors, and ordinary people alike. Before the battle began, Sundiata stepped forward. He looked across the faces of his army and spoke with calm determination. We are not fighting for revenge, he said. We are fighting so our children can live without fear. We are fighting so our people can be free. His words spread through the ranks. Fear became courage. Uncertainty became determination. Then the war drums began to beat. The sound echoed across the valley. Thousands of warriors charged forward. Spears filled the sky. Shields crashed together. The battle was fierce. For hours, neither side gave way. Dust covered the battlefield as warriors fought with extraordinary courage. But Sundiata had prepared for this moment. His alliance worked together as one army instead of many separate kingdoms. Every leader trusted the other. Every warrior knew the plan. Slowly, Soumaoro's forces began to retreat. The ruler who had once seemed unstoppable was finally losing control of the battlefield. By the end of the day, Soumaoro Kanté's army had been defeated. The victory at Kirina changed the history of West Africa forever. For the first time in years, the people could imagine a future without fear. Sundiata had fulfilled the promise that so many believed was impossible. The prince who had once struggled to stand had become the leader who united kingdoms. But his greatest achievement was still to come. Instead of ruling through fear, Sundiata chose to build something stronger. He united the Mandinka kingdoms under one banner and established what would become the Mali Empire, one of the greatest empires in African history. Peace slowly returned. Trade routes became safer. Merchants crossed the Sahara carrying gold, salt, cloth, and knowledge. Farmers cultivated fertile land, craftsmen expanded their skills, and communities prospered. Sundiata proved that the greatest leaders are remembered not only for the battles they win, but for the peace they create afterward.
Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to African Storyverse, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new story.